I started in 2011 here. And by the way, my name is Terry Burnworth. I work for the commissioners. And through the 5 years, actually 4.5 years, a lot has happened, okay, to come to this point. Now, one thing I'll mention, I'm going to hand it over immediately then to Commissioner Richwine, is that through this process, what everybody forgets about, you can look at that little pamphlet, which if you don't have a copy of that, there's extra copies up here. It will tell you some of the stats of the radio system, some of the stuff about this tornado-proof structure behind me, all those kind of things. But what it doesn't have, in my opinion, is the most important thing. And that is the almost 50,000 man-hours that have gone into actually putting this together. And I'm not talking about the building. I'm not talking about the other 4 towers around this county. I'm talking about the man-hours of the police chiefs and the fire chiefs and the personnel that have put in way beyond their time that they get paid for. About half of that time is their own dedicated time because they believed in this project. Like I said, the project is a couple of different things, and the most important part of this project is the radio system that is going to go live in the next 2 weeks.
It's a very exciting day for all of us in the County Commissioner's Office and Commissioners past as well. We started on this endeavor kind of as a pipe dream. Our own countywide dispatch center was located in the jail. Very, very bad conditions. I'd almost go to say deplorable at times, where our dispatchers had to work, and it just was not a good place to be for anyone. And so we were looking, what can we do? How can we fix this problem? And there really wasn't a good answer. And we didn't have a great solution for that issue. At the same time, the state of Indiana was looking into dispatch centers and suggested through some of their legislation that counties all go down to one dispatch center. And so that led us in a different path where we began to talk with the city of Elwood and Merrill Taylor and the city of Alexandria and Mayor Jack Woods, and develop a relationship where we were going to move forward and try and consolidate all of our dispatch centers, 4 of them, into one. Next came the city of Anderson and Mayor Ackerman, and then Mayor Smith as we finished the process. And I would like to just make sure that we made special recognition of those individuals because they may or may not be here today, but they've done a wonderful job. So as we move through the process, as Terry mentioned, we were able to put together agreements between each municipality that got us here today. And I think that does make Madison County special and unique as we did move forward. We put together a board that represented not only the 4 dispatch centers that we had before, but the different branches of our public safety in Madison County so that everybody was represented and that it would take care of everybody's special interest as we move forward. And so I'm going to take just a minute because I think these individuals were very important and still are in moving us forward, getting us here. So a very, very special thanks. Currently on the Public Safety Interoperability Communication Board, Dan Dykes, who's the County Administrator, serves as the Secretary for the board. Billy Ingalls from Chesterfield, Brad Compton from Elwood, Brian Bell from Madison County, Tom Ecker, EMA Director, Nick Capozzoli, 911 Director, Dave Cravens, Anderson, Jack Brown, Anderson, Jim King, Alexandria, Matt Ellis, Alexandria, Sheriff Scott Mellinger, and Tony Waters from Anderson. And also our past members that were there when we started this whole endeavor. Larry Crenshaw, Anderson, Jim Rhodes, Anderson, Philip Rogers, Anderson, and Brian Burnett, Alexandria. We also have a technology committee that's been, and Terry mentioned these guys especially, in a lot of voluntary man hours. Jerry Branson, Jim Cleaver, Chris Nodine, Jim Rhodes, and Billy Ingalls. If you don't mind, we give a special applause for all these individuals. It's been a long road, but I think it's something that as Madison County citizens we need to be very proud of. We continue to work together to make improvements, especially in this endeavor for public safety, countywide. It's very, very important, and I think you should be very proud of all the elected officials and the folks that work for you and the time and the commitment they put into this project. Thank you.
Well, let's do a little better. Good afternoon. Yes, isn't this a great day? It's beautiful. The sun is shining so brightly, and I think the sun is out for a special occasion, especially for this endeavor. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to all those prior to me, the commissioners and Brother Terry and many of the other council people prior to our council. I do have a lot of our members here who presently are currently serving on the council. I have Elisa Hobbs, wave your hand, and Robin Wagner, Lisa Cannon Phillips, Jess Phillips, Cannon, and also Mr. Clayton Whitson. I don't see any others, but let's give them a round of applause. Our council did such a great job. You know, I was looking throughout trying to come up with a definition of a dispatch center is, and we're blessed to have a great dispatch center that serves just not one but many across our county, which makes our county much safer. This facility here is for a purpose to house people who will help those who are calling with information that will go to our first responders to make sure that they do provide a safe and a place for our people, for just not just one, for all our residents. But we're blessed here today, and if I could say with prayer, and could say it quickly, I'll say thank you, Lord, for all those who are here today. We'll thank you for all those who worked prior to today, and we thank you, first of all, that we're blessed to have this facility. From our county council and to all those who worked, I want to thank all the mayors who are here today. We thank all of you, and God bless you all.
Also, good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure to be here representing the city of Anderson in this great endeavor that's come to this point, and also to be standing here and representing the former mayors, Chris Ackerman and Kevin Smith, who came before me, who also put in a lot of time and effort in this project. And those gentlemen who obviously served also as police officers understood, as we all do, the importance of public safety and the importance of having a facility like this that serves the members of all of our community, not just those in Anderson, but throughout all of our 14 townships and throughout our 12 or 13 cities and towns that we have here in the community. As a former county councilman and as a former prosecutor, I can tell you that through the years we struggled with making sure that our public safety officials could communicate with each other back and forth as they took calls and they made runs and they put themselves at risk. It was always important to try to figure out a way that they could continue to have good communication. And I know as a county councilman over the years, we changed a couple of times our frequencies. We changed the way that we tried to communicate to make it safe. And so the fact that our county commissioners have worked so hard, and I want to again thank John Richwine and Stephanie Owens and Jeff Harden for all the hard work they've done over the years to help make sure that we have this great facility that stands behind us today. And I can also just want to emphasize the fact that the county, city, town governments came together, worked together over various administrations and continue to do so not only now but into the future. Says a great deal, I think, about those various public officials that serve us, and I appreciate being part of that. And as the city, mayor's city of Anderson, I'd like to again congratulate all of them and thank all of you that are here today for this great endeavor. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Public safety is essential for a community's quality of life, and it is one of the first things people look at while judging a city. This interlocal agreement and the use of land for a brand new tower will fix the spotty radio coverage the city of Elwood has experienced in the past. I want to thank my Fire Chief Brad Compton, the entire 911 board, Dan Dykes, Terry Burnworth, members of the Madison County Council, and the Madison County Commissioners for their help with this project. The common goal was to provide the best possible public safety to our constituents while ensuring the safety of our first responders as our top priority. Thank you.
Now, there's been a lot of words said, so mine will be very short, and there are other people to speak. But we were talking this morning, how long ago did we do our first field trip to Hancock County and meet with them to check out their dispatch center? And I want to praise everyone who's a member of this team who had any hand in making this happen today, and that the journey that you kept focused on, and it was about public safety. It was about the safety of the police officers, the firefighters, the EMS people, and the people in our community. But also, let's also remember our dispatchers. This building, in my opinion, is the pulse, is the heartbeat of all the public safety members and everyone who lives in our community. And let's remember that the dispatchers are the people who hear the emotional voices from children and from loved ones of a serious incident going on as they're dispatching police officers, fire trucks, and ambulances. I want to finish by saying, awesome job, team. Let's keep up the good work. God bless.
Well, I too want to thank the 911 board. They've worked extremely hard. County commissioners, county council, all the mayors and communities have pitched in to make this thing happen. You know, it was just a short couple years ago that the emergency management office and operations center was in an old school. It was built in 1820. It was very old, falling apart. We were isolated about 6 miles from here out in the county. It was a great building at the time. We moved in there about 40 years ago, but it outgrew its services, plus it was physically falling down. So now that we're getting able to move into this building, we're now have our offices and our emergency operations center in one facility, which helps us out greatly. And the biggest thing is we're now combined with the dispatchers, which we work very closely with pretty much on a daily basis. So we are very pleased that this was able to happen in the time frame, and everybody that put an awful lot of work and time into making this building what it is today. And I think this will be great for our community.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out to help us dedicate our new building. Again, I want to thank everybody involved and everybody that has had a part in this, from all the elected officials to the board members to the people on the ground, specifically people in IT and at the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, Fire Departments. They've all had a great hand in helping us get to where we are. When I applied for the 911 director's position 2 years ago, almost to this month, I remember having a couple of questions for the interview board. And they were, what's the working relationship in this county between city and counties and public officials and elected officials? And two, is this county innovative? I think this building and this group of people standing out here answers my questions. So I want to thank everybody for being involved in that and getting us to this point, and getting us to this point quickly. And I want to sum up by thanking my dispatchers. What we did and what we are continuing to do is not an easy process in any county, but specifically with the size of county that we are and the number of agencies that we serve. And I know that the dispatchers work very hard every day. They care, and they really truly want to do the best jobs possible for this city and this county. And so I want to thank them for their hard work and their dedication. And I just continue to say that we will continue to work as hard as we possibly can to do the very best job for Madison County. And we are deeply grateful for the investment in equipment, the investment in time, and the investment of energy from all the other departments towards us to help us make our consolidated dispatch center the best success possible. Thank you.